Hi guys, welcome back to Strokes. We made it through the first week of the 30-day challenge, 12 different coaches over the next year, seeing if the YouTube lessons can actually improve your game and my game. First week was stance, making sure that you put the club behind the ball, pointing towards the target line, making sure that you're bending over, your arms are actually loose and relaxed, and making sure that your feet are spread apart, shoulder length, and then rotating through the ball. This week, we're actually still with Rick Shiels. We will be for this week and another 2 weeks after that. And this week, we're gonna focus on the backswing. That's what his lesson is about, and that's what we're gonna focus on. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe to the channel. Again, the goal right now is just to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then to keep pushing forward. Hope this video actually helps you guys with your golf games, and I'm trying to see what it'll do with mine.
We're going to talk about backswing and how this golf club moves from the position where it is behind the golf ball to the top of the golf swing, and how we get there, and the purpose of it, and what it's going to help us to do. I made it as simple as I could in the first summary video, where I talked about the golf swing itself is a rotational action, and the golf club works around the body as we rotate. And really, that is what it is. We want to rotate the body, and as we rotate the shoulders and the hips, that golf club is going to move up and around the body. The one pointer I just want to talk about just in this first half of the backswing is how this golf club just needs to be slightly adjusted and slightly set by changing the wrist angle just a touch. And this is going to help so many golfers. If we were just to go completely around, this golf club would go too far behind me, and that would cause issues in the swing. If the golf club was just to be picked up with the arms, the golf club itself would go too upright. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to draw a line straight through the golf club at an angle. And that's going to go straight through the middle of my body and out my back. Now, as a rough idea, that's the type of angle that you would like to swing the golf club that you're holding at the time. If it's a longer golf club, so if it was more like a driver at an angle, and I'm going to draw a line through that again, imagine I'm holding a driver, that angle is going to be more around the body. So it does slightly alter between clubs, but the premise is still the same. We still want to swing that golf club around the body at the angle of the golf club that you're holding at the time. As I set up this golf ball, and we've already covered that in the session, the first movement away from the ball to halfway, we're going to turn the chest, we're going to turn the hips. Two key important pointers. And as that club starts to move away from the golf ball, all I want you to do with this left wrist or the top hand is just slightly create some hinge. Ever so slightly create some wrist angle. So I'll do that again as I turn the hips and the upper body. I'm turning, not swaying. I'm rotating. As I do that, I just like you to set the wrist angle. And that honestly is going to help so many golfers. So many golfers. The reason why I say that, it's one of the biggest faults that I see with golfers is they end up getting the golf club moving behind themselves too much. And a lot of that is the fact that they never quite set the wrist going back. Big factor this. So as I take this golf club away, I'm going to turn the hips and the shoulders at the same time. And as I do that, just in this initial part of the motion, I'm just going to create a little bit of angle in that wrist. Let's do that. I'm going to do it in slow motion so you can see this. I'm turning, I'm allowing the wrist just to set, and then unwind. So we've done all the rotating, we've slightly set the wrist, and we rotate to whatever feels comfortable for you. Whatever rotation feels comfortable for you, that's your limit. That's where you get to. And that is so important for all different types of golfers. we're not all trying to get to the exact same position. I promise you. We're trying to get to a position that feels comfortable for you, that's going to create enough power. So important that. Now, if you find, as you're going back, that you're starting to move the body too far to one way, or you're starting to move the body too far the other way, that's going to cause issues. It's going to cause corrections in the golf swing. So this is an interesting idea. I'm just going to draw 2 lines up here from my feet. So it's almost like I'm in a cylinder. As I rotate and turn the hips and the shoulders, I want to try and stay within the confines of this cylinder. So as I rotate, I'm turning my hips and my shoulders, and I'm staying in the backswing within the confines of that cylinder. And that is so important.